Hi everyone, here's the latest news tonight. Premier Li Jiang's latest speech is worth reading carefully. Li Jiang, China's economy is recovering and showing signs of improvement. Premier Li Jiang of the State Council attended and delivered a speech at the opening ceremony of the 2023 Summer Davos Forum in Tianjin on the morning of June 27. It mentioned that, judging from the situation this year, China's economic recovery is clearly improving, with a year-on-year growth rate of 4.5% in the first quarter. Some international organizations and institutions have also raised their forecasts for China's economic growth this year, showing their confidence in China's development prospects. We are fully confident and capable of promoting the steady and long-term development of China's economy on the track of high-quality development in a relatively long period of time. This will continue to expand the market size, create opportunities for cooperation, provide a steady stream of impetus for the recovery and growth of the world economy, and provide mutually beneficial and win-win cooperation opportunities for investors from all over the world. The following is the full text of the speech. Speech at the opening ceremony of the 14th Summer Davos Forum. June 27, 2023. Li Jiang, Premier of the State Council of the People's Republic of China. Dear Chairman Schwab, Honorable Heads of Government, Dear Heads of International Organizations, Distinguished Guests, Ladies and Gentlemen, Friends. It gives me great pleasure to gather with all old and new friends in Tianjin to attend the 14th Summer Davos Forum. First of all, on behalf of the Chinese government, I would like to extend warm congratulations on the opening of the annual meeting. I would like to extend my sincere welcome to all guests and friends from the media. This is the first time that the annual conference has resumed offline since the outbreak of the new crown epidemic in more than 3 years. Looking back on the past few years, the epidemic of the century and the changes of the century have intertwined and superimposed, and the world we live in has undergone great changes. On the one hand, the COVID-19 epidemic has repeatedly delayed around the world, unilateralism, protectionism, and anti-globalization trends have spread, global problems have intensified, local conflicts have occurred frequently, and instability, uncertainty, and unpredictability have become the norm. On the other hand, a new round of scientific and technological revolution and industrial transformation is in-depth development. The pace of mankind's pursuit of peace and development has never stopped, and the desire of most countries to seek win-win cooperation has become stronger. The world is at the crossroads of historical evolution. In such a chaotic world, how should human beings face it? This is a major issue of common concern to people all over the world. I feel that from the changes in the world we have experienced in the past few years, we can get some important inspirations for dealing with problems. First, after experiencing tangible and intangible barriers, we should cherish communication and exchanges more. The pandemic of the new crown epidemic once made the face-to-face communication we are accustomed to once very difficult. The epidemic will eventually pass, and the resulting physical barriers will eventually be eliminated. Compared with this, what is even more worrying is that some man-made invisible barriers have prevailed over the years, pushing the world into division and even confrontation. The differences in human cognition and the diversity of civilizations have existed objectively since ancient times. These differences should not be a reason for estrangement, but rather a driving force for strengthening communication and exchange. If there is a lack of effective communication and a comprehensive, three-dimensional, and objective understanding, it is easy to have prejudice and then have prejudice. Human beings live in the same global village. We need to eliminate both tangible and invisible barriers, promote mutual understanding between different countries, nations, and civilizations, further strengthen dialogue, bridge differences, and increase consensus. Second, having experienced the impact of a global crisis, we should value unity and cooperation even more. The history of the development of human society is a history of constantly overcoming various challenges and difficulties. In the face of a major crisis, no country can be alone, and no country can solve the problem alone. Unity and cooperation are the right way in the world. Over the past 3 years, countries around the world have made arduous efforts to deal with the challenge of the epidemic, demonstrating the powerful strength of human solidarity and mutual help. The new crown epidemic will not be the last public health crisis facing mankind, and global public health governance needs to be strengthened urgently. At the same time, we face a series of global challenges such as slowing growth, debt risks, climate change, and the gap between the rich and the poor. The fate of mankind is closely linked. We must cherish the existing cooperation results, further establish the concept of win-win cooperation, join hands to meet global challenges, and jointly promote the progress of human civilization. Third, having experienced the ups and downs of economic globalization, we should cherish openness and sharing more. Economic globalization is a historical trend. Although it has encountered headwinds and waves of reversal, its development trend has never changed. Especially at present, the accelerated development of new technologies represented by digital technology and artificial intelligence has created more favorable conditions for economic globalization. The world should not and cannot return to a state of isolation and isolation. A few days ago, I visited Germany and France, and had in-depth exchanges with the leaders of the two countries, political and economic circles. Everyone believed that we should abandon the zero-sum game thinking and return to the correct track of win-win cooperation. We should follow the historical trend, further build consensus on development, unswervingly build an open world economy, resolutely oppose the artificial politicization of economic and trade issues, and jointly maintain the stability and smoothness of the global industrial chain and supply chain, so that the fruits of economic globalization can benefit different countries more equitably, different groups of people. Fourth, having experienced the uneasiness brought about by conflict and turmoil, we should cherish peace and stability even more. Without peace, nothing can be discussed. This is a profound lesson that mankind has learned from history. For more than 100 years, mankind has experienced 2 world wars and a Cold War for more than 40 years, and finally had a period of stable development. However, in recent years, some speeches that incite ideological confrontation, hatred, and prejudice have been heard endlessly. The resulting various containment, suppression, and even local wars and regional conflicts have occurred from time to time, which not only brought serious disasters to the people in the relevant regions, but also great damage was done to the development of the world. Peace is precious, development is hard-won, and maintaining peace and development has a long way to go. We must proceed from the common interests of mankind, shoulder the responsibility of the times for peace and development, firmly uphold fairness and justice, focus on solving security dilemmas, and jointly safeguard a peaceful and stable development environment. There are still many enlightenments brought to us by the changes in the world. To sum it up, in today's world, what we lack is communication rather than estrangement, cooperation rather than confrontation, openness rather than closure, and it is peace, not conflict. Under the guidance of President Xi Jinping's concept of building a community with a shared future for mankind, we must jointly implement global development initiatives, global security initiatives, and global civilization initiatives, better advance in the logic of historical progress, develop in the trend of development of the times, and strive to build a better world. Ladies and gentlemen, friends. As a responsible major country, China has long been firmly on the right side of history and the progress of human civilization, holding high the banner of peace, development, cooperation, and win-win results, and resolutely being a builder of world peace and a global leader. Contributor to development and defender of international order. Especially since the 18th National Congress of the Communist Party of China, we have focused on promoting high-quality development, achieved the goal of building a moderately prosperous society in an all-round way as scheduled, and historically solved the problem of absolute poverty. Now we have embarked on a new journey of building a modern socialist country in an all-round way. China's economy has developed to this day and has been deeply integrated with the world economy. We have developed ourselves in the midst of globalization and have become the most steadfast force in maintaining globalization. In the past 10 years, China has been an important source of power for the stable growth of the world economy. China's 10-year average annual economic growth has reached 6.2%, and the proportion of China's total economic output in the world has increased from 11.3% in 2012 to about 18%. 30% has been the largest engine to promote world economic growth. In the year when the epidemic broke out, China was the only major economy in the world that achieved positive economic growth. In the past 3 years, China's economic growth has averaged 4.5%, which is about 2.5 percentage points higher than the world average growth rate, ranking among the top among major economies. In the process of joint development with other countries, China has strictly fulfilled its WTO commitments, actively opened its market to the world, and shared development opportunities with all countries in the world. It has become a major trading partner of more than 140 countries and regions. China has not only improved the lives of its own people with its own development, but also provided a large number of high-quality and low-cost products to the people of other countries, and played an important role as a ballast stone and a power source for promoting international free trade and stabilizing world economic growth. For a long time to come, China will continue to provide a strong impetus for the recovery and growth of the world economy. China is still the largest developing country in the world. With a population of more than 1.4 billion, our per capita economic indicators and people's living standards are not high, and our development is unbalanced and insufficient. However, this is where China's development potential and space lie. We are conscientiously implementing the new development concept, accelerating the construction of a new development pattern, and striving to achieve high-quality development. We will introduce more practical and effective measures to expand the potential of domestic demand, stimulate market vitality, promote the coordinated development of urban and rural areas, accelerate the green transformation of the development model, and promote high-level opening up. These measures are taking effect. Judging from the situation this year, China's economic recovery is clearly improving, with a year-on-year growth of 4.5% in the first quarter. It is expected that the growth rate in the second quarter will be faster than that in the first quarter. It is expected to achieve an expected growth rate of about 5% for the whole year. Target. Some international organizations and institutions have also raised their forecasts for China's economic growth this year, showing their confidence in China's development prospects. We are fully confident and capable of promoting the steady and long-term development of China's economy on the track of high-quality development in a relatively long period of time. This will continue to expand the market size, create opportunities for cooperation, provide a steady stream of impetus for the recovery and growth of the world economy, and provide mutually beneficial and win-win cooperation opportunities for investors from all over the world. Ladies and gentlemen, friends. The Chinese often say, a hero's true qualities can only be revealed when the sea is crossing the current. In this era full of uncertainties, it is even more necessary for entrepreneurs to have a deep understanding and grasp of the market, and through their own active actions, inject more certainty into the uncertain era. The theme of this year's conference is entrepreneurship, the driving force of the world economy, which has strong practical relevance. Although the characteristics of entrepreneurship in different countries are not the same, there are many common connotations. I think it is the keen vision, unremitting pursuit, and extraordinary action in entrepreneurship, innovation and creation. We are willing to work with entrepreneurs from all over the world to firmly support economic globalization, firmly safeguard the market economy, firmly support free trade, and lead the world economy towards a more inclusive, resilient, and sustainable future. Last week, the Chinese celebrated the Dragon Boat Festival, a traditional festival. There is a sport called Dragon Boat Race on the Dragon Boat Festival. This sport carries the good wishes of the Chinese people to pray for good weather, and also shows the simple truth of everyone paddles and drives a big boat. Let us embrace the good wishes of win-win cooperation, think in one place, work hard in one place, and work together to push the big ship of the world economy to break the waves and set sail. I wish this annual meeting a complete success. Thank you all. Li Jiang attends World Economic Forum Global Entrepreneurs Dialogue. Premier Li Jiang of the State Council attended the Global Entrepreneurs Dialogue of the World Economic Forum in Tianjin on the afternoon of June 27, and had discussions and exchanges with representatives of entrepreneurs. Schwab, chairman of the World Economic Forum, presided over the dialogue, and Iwela, Director General of the World Trade Organization, and about 120 entrepreneurs from more than 20 countries and regions participated. On the afternoon of June 27, Premier Li Jiang of the State Council attended the Global Entrepreneurs Dialogue of the World Economic Forum in Tianjin and had a discussion with representatives of entrepreneurs. Photo by Xinhua News Agency reporter Wang Yat. Li Jiang said after listening to the speeches of representatives of entrepreneurs present at the meeting, the wisdom and strength of entrepreneurs are an indispensable driving force for economic development. What the world needs most is communication, and the most important thing is open cooperation. Economic globalization has made all countries in the world a community of shared future. Openness and cooperation should be the most basic attitude and method for thinking about problems and dealing with things. Li Jiang pointed out that it is necessary to truly understand China in the midst of major changes. It is hoped that the business community will go deep into China and have a three-dimensional understanding of China. China is not only committed to its own development, but also actively shares development opportunities with all parties. It is an open, inclusive, and honest country. We will align with high-standard international economic and trade rules, steadily expand institutional opening up, accelerate the creation of a market-oriented, law-based, and international first-class business environment, and better support the development of various enterprises. China's development has injected stability and positive energy into the world, bringing more and more sense of security. Li Qiang emphasized that more cooperation opportunities should be explored in China's high-quality development. China's strengthening of scientific and technological innovation, building a modern industrial system, and expanding domestic demand will promote a new round of technological revolution and industrial transformation to achieve new breakthroughs, and bring huge opportunities for cooperation in various industries, especially new fields and new tracks. We are willing to work with all parties to promote the development of cutting-edge technology, expand new areas of cooperation, and open up new and broad space for investment and development of enterprises. Li Qiang expressed the hope that entrepreneurs will strengthen their responsibilities amidst uncertainty, grasp the definite direction of economic development, seek definite opportunities for economic development, gather deterministic forces for economic development, firmly support economic globalization, and jointly maintain the supply of the global industrial chain. The chain is stable and smooth. China has great potential for economic upgrading, and investing in China means choosing a better future. We are willing to work with entrepreneurs from all countries to enhance the momentum of high-quality development through high-level open cooperation and inject more certainty into the development of the world economy. Li Qiang also answered questions from entrepreneurs on how regulators cooperate with enterprises, data management, and climate change response. Representatives of the participating entrepreneurs said that China is the most dynamic market, and the future growth potential is still huge. Entrepreneurs around the world support the strengthening of cooperation with China, adhere to the in China, for China strategy, and are willing to actively participate in the high-quality development of China's economy, carry out in-depth cooperation in the global industrial chain and supply chain, and work together to address global challenges such as climate change and create mutually beneficial a win-win partnership. Chen Miner, Wu Zhenglong, and others participated in the dialogue. Big news for real estate. Ministry of Housing and Urban-Rural Development, explore the establishment of a housing pension system. On the afternoon of June 26, An I-hong, Secretary of the Party Leadership Group and Minister of the Ministry of Housing and Urban-Rural Development, met with Ge Haijiao, Secretary of the Party Committee and Chairman of the Bank of China, and his delegation to exchange views on deepening government-bank cooperation and promoting high-quality development of housing and urban-rural construction. An I-hong pointed out that it is necessary to encourage and guide financial institutions to participate in urban construction and renewal, and promote the creation of livable, smart, and resilient cities. It is necessary to build good houses for the people, improve the quality of housing, explore the establishment of a housing pension system, and provide housing with full life cycle security. We must seize the opportunity of digital transformation, accelerate the construction of new urban infrastructure, and make cities smarter and smarter. It is necessary to deepen international exchanges and cooperation, help construction companies go global, and create an upgraded version of China construction. It is hoped that Bank of China will be at the forefront and carry out more in-depth and extensive cooperation with housing and urban-rural construction. Zhang Daoyi, Chief Analyst of Centaline Real Estate, said that the housing pension can be regarded as an upgraded version of the Public Maintenance Fund. It is stipulated that the funds mainly used for maintenance, renewal, and renovation of shared parts of the house and shared facilities and equipment after the warranty period expires should not be used for other purposes. With the development of the real estate market, more and more houses are facing the problem of maintenance after they are old. The establishment of a housing pension system is conducive to improving the service life of houses and improving living comfort. A profit of 104.78 yuan. Hu Zijin revealed his stock trading record on the first day. In the future, we will increase positions one after another, hoping to speak out the common aspirations of retail investors. Hu Zijin, a well-known media person and former editor-in-chief of Global Times, revealed on Weibo on June 27 that he earned 104.78 yuan on the first day of stock trading, and said that he would gradually increase his position and buy more individual stocks and funds. He said, "I entered at this time, in addition to wanting to gain a personal understanding of the Chinese economy, I also feel that the stock market has fallen so much, and the country said that more measures to revitalize the economy are already on the way, so I have the opportunity to enter the big market at this time. The probability will not be lost, newborn calves are not afraid of tigers. I don't want to lose everything, grinning and feeling the pain of making leaks. Of course, I believe that I will pay some tuition fees at the beginning, but all I bought it is the individual stocks and funds that have fallen by half from their high point. I simply think that they should not fall by half again. I pray for myself and for the shareholders, The A-share stock index when I opened my account yesterday is almost the same as that of the Chinese stock market from now on. It is the lowest point in the future. If I just misjudged, then let me accompany everyone to lose money together. I am not here to set the rhythm of the stock market. I will increase my position one after another in the future and buy more individual stocks and funds, but I will not publicly say which stock and which fund I bought. As I learn more about the stock market, I hope that I can speak out the common aspirations of retail investors, and let those aspirations be more heard by the state financial institutions. Regulators heard.